Before we review leaked cavalry commanders, you should keep in mind that these leaks may not be legit, so do your commander investment plans according to that. Let me give you guys my 3 reasons before we start. First one is my kingdom, which is Kingdom 1093. Has not confirmed the leaks yet. The most accurate content leaks do come from Kingdom 1093. Shout out to everyone. And my second reason is, if you take a look at previous legendary prime versions of epic commanders, there is a pattern. Scipio is on our screen for a reason. Scipio Epic is the commander of Rome civilization, and Rome is an infantry civilization. Thus, Scipio Prime is an infantry commander. If we take a look at Boudica, Epic Boudica is the commander of Britain, and Britain is an archer civilization, and Prime Boudica, Legendary Boudica, is an archer commander. But if we take a look at the leaks, we can see that Joan of Arc is a cavalry commander. However, Epic Joan, let me show you real quick, there she is the commander of France civilization, which is an infantry civilization. So that was the reason number 2. Last but not least, releasing new cavalry commanders means that Lilith is breaking their cycle, because according to usual cycle, upcoming commanders should have been leadership commanders. So these are my 3 reasons why these leaks may not be real, but we will review them anyway in case they are. What do you guys think? Do you think upcoming commander leaks are real or not? Let me know what you think, and without further ado, let's take a look at those juicy legendary commanders. Let's go! First, we have Joan of Arc. Her active skill deals skill damage to up to 3 targets in a forward-facing fan-shaped area. Nice AoE cavalry commander. Perfect. Damage taken by targeted troops reduced by 15% per target. This is quite usual. The commander's troop and 2 surrounding friendly troops also deal certain amount of more damage for 3 seconds and gains additional rage per second. So damage factor is 2k, damage bonus for you and 2 more troops 5%, extra rage gain 20 for 3 seconds, so that's 60 rage in total, which is crazy. And by the way, if you have 2 other marches on the field near Joan of Arc, that damage buff will apply to your troops specifically, but if you don't, it will just apply to other ally marches. So that skill is great in my opinion. Second skill, 100-Year Dawn. Cav units led by this commander gains certain attack, march speed, and outside of alliance territory, Cav units get extra march speed increased by an extra something percent. All units deal more normal attack damage. So the thing is, if we take a look at upgrade preview, we have the attack bonus 20%, we have the march speed bonus outside of alliance territory, but we don't have the stat for all units deal certain more normal attack damage. So I'm curious about that, we will see what it is. But if we just review this skill as it is, this is an alright skill. Cav is already fast, and I would prefer this stat to be health or defense rather than attack. So just mediocre in my opinion, but we need to see the extra normal attack damage bonus. Next we have Return of the Saint. Cav units led by this commander deals more damage when attacking troops. When using skills, troops led by this commander gain a buff that increases normal attack damage dealt for 1 second. Lol. This effect can trigger every 5 seconds. So Cav damage bonus is 5%, normal attack damage bonus is 30%, which is really good, but only for 1 second? I don't know, this skill needs to be tested. We have to take a look at the skill when she is officially released. Be careful about that, it says when attacking troops, which means it won't work if you attack structures. You need to specifically attack troops either on the map or rally. Next we have the Blessed. When the secondary commander of their troop uses an active skill, they have certain chance to cast Sacred Banner, and this effect can trigger once every 10 seconds. Sacred Banner is the active skill, the first skill, so HP bonus is always nice in Rise of Kingdoms to have, but it's only 10%, so I'm not sure about that. But the probability of casting the active skill is 100% if you max this skill, but here's a little thing to keep in mind. Cooldown is 10 seconds, but skill cast usually takes less than 10 seconds, right? So it won't work every skill cycle, it will only work every 2 skill cycles. Here's what I mean. First skill cycle, primary commander will cast, then secondary will cast, and buff will be active and you will cast her active skill again. But since it will take less than 10 seconds for your secondary commander to cast the active skill again, this skill, the Blessed, will be on cooldown, so it won't get activated, which means in 2 skill cycles you will cast one extra active skill of Joan of Arc. Rather than casting 4 skills in 2 skill cycles, you will cast 5, which is still amazing, but some people forget that it takes less than 10 seconds to cast an active skill, and they think that they will cast 6 skills in 2 cycles. That won't be the case, but again, still a great skill in my opinion. Expertise. Unyielding Martyr. Troops led by this commander deal 5% more counterattack damage, alright. When the target troop has more than 30% units remaining, troops led by this commander deal 5% more damage. More damage means normal attack damage, counterattack damage, or skill damage. So it may seem little, but in reality, it is a lot. So if we sum up Joan of Arc, we still need to see the extra attack bonus of the 100-year Dawn skill, and then we need to test this 1 second on the Return of the Saint skill. So for now, my rating for Joan of Arc is only at 3.5 out of 5. She looks really good on paper. AoE, damage bonus for your allies, rage bonus for your allies, extra damage, some health, some attack, no defense, so she's gonna be squishy, but we don't expect many cav commanders to be tanky, so yeah, 3.5 out of 5 for now. Let's move on to Jan Zizka. He is a legendary garrison cavalry commander. Active skill One-Eyed King deals skill damage to the target troop. When this commander troops has fewer than 50% units remaining, these skills deal additional skill damage. Direct damage goes up to 2.2k, which is really good, and extra damage goes up to 250. It's a really good skill because most of the time you are going to be below 50% in garrison. The calculation of garrison being below or above a certain percentage is different than what you think. We may make a video about it if you guys want me to. So most of the time you will deal 2450 damage to the target, which is really big in my opinion. Next we have Sword Held High. Cav units led by this commander gains attack when troops are garrisoned, cavalry units defense is increased, and skill damage dealt is also increased. I think this is an amazing skill, 30% stats plus 10% skill damage, and he already deals tons of skill damage from his first skill. So yeah, I think this is very strong. You only get 15% attack if you use him on the field, by the way. Rest of the bonus works only in garrison, keep in mind. Next we have Unbold. Troops led by this commander takes less normal attack damage when troops are garrisoned and take skill damage. They have a certain chance to remove all normal buffs from the attacker. This dispel effect can trigger once every 8 seconds. So damage taken reduced is always good. Some garrison commanders have the ability to remove debuffs, but this time Jan Zizka removes the buffs from the attacker, which is unique and very strong in my opinion, because almost all rally commanders do have some sort of normal buff. Next skill of Jan Zizka is Battle of Grunwald. Cavalry units have more health. When launching a normal attack, they have a 10% chance of gaining a buff that increases their normal attack damage dealt for 3 seconds. This effect can trigger once every 8 seconds. So health bonus is 20%, which is great, and normal attack damage bonus is also 20%, which is really nice. This is a decent skill, but it's just mediocre compared to his other skills. Expertise of Jan Zizka is Cry of Bohemia. It is the enhanced version of the active skill, which is One-Eyed Knight. Instead of 2.2k, you're going to deal 2.4k. Now it says when you have fewer than 50% units remaining, this skill deals additional skill damage to up to 3 surrounding troops within radius. If I'm not mistaken, I would say it's not great. You will get 200 plus damage bonus, okay, but the second part of the skill is a bit tricky because what I understand is only the additional damage part becomes AoE damage, which is only 250 damage. It doesn't say that skill becomes an AoE, the whole skill becomes an AoE when you are under 50% troops remaining. It says additional damage becomes an AoE. Based on the description we have at the moment, at least from what I understand, this is not an amazing skill. But still, when it comes to rating, I will still give Jan Zizka a solid 4 or 4.5 out of 5. It needs to be tested if Jadwiga Jan Zizka will be better than Jadwiga YSS. We will see. So What do you guys think about the new commanders? Which one you think is better? In my opinion, Joan is better just because she looks like a very good open field commander, and only people who cares about garrison commanders are the high spenders who leads rallies and garrisons. 90% of players will be more interested on Joan of Arc rather than Jan Zizka, if you ask me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I see you on the next one, and this video on your screen where we discussed if Saladin still worth investing in 2022 could be the next one if you haven't watched it yet. Bye.